Yeah, but what I was saying, it's like,
and we're live.
That was the funniest thing you've ever said, Solomon. That was awesome.
what did I say? Oh yeah, that thing.
Get in on the
Sorry,
joke,
guys.
Solomon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm hilarious. Oh. That thing I told you, total secret. I'm gonna snipe that NFT off of NBA Top Shot. It's gonna be brilliant. My Dapper balance will be through the roof.
The chat is lit the hell up already.
Oh, they are?
Oh yeah.
I usually don't pay attention to them.
Jim's like speaking Gaelic.
Hi, Rhett. Hi, Jim.
Shit,
Hey,
yeah.
Jim.
He called it.
Jim,
He's a knucklehead. He called it St. Patty's Day.
Oh.
I've got a new take on that, by the way. Maybe I'll save it for the show. Remind me on the show. I got a new take on that. I got a hot take.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Hot take, Solomon.
Yeah. Hey, Jim.
So we got that story, and then what's another one? Either the goo or the counterfeit. I'm thinking
goo.
The goo. Yeah. Okay. The goo.
Keg tossing and goo.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Solomon, we'll lead with you first.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay.
When we get there.
Yeah.
Blast and then goo. You got an intro for me there, Solomon?
I don't, but I will in just a moment. I'm doing wine, beer, spirit, pop culture reference as well. I better look something up. Yeah.
Cody just became my hero at watching his daughter's soccer game and then tuned it in for us.
Laughing in the stands on the sideline uncontrollably. He may be asked to move to the parking lot.
You remember that? Is that an SNL skit? Dad at baseball, Will Ferrell screaming at his kid to get off the bag, get on the bag.
Get on the bag.
Varsity, congrats! That's awesome. Brad saying hello to Jeffrey O'Solomon.
Hello, everyone.
All right. So you get that. I got this stuff ready to go. So are we going to talk about stouts? I mean, we've talked about it so many times.
We're just going to drink them.
Okay. I mean, if you want to talk about something, a refresher course in stouts, you can.
No. I mean, we can all tip a glass to William Gossett, the founder of modern statistics. No.
That's okay. I mean, if you want to. It's Solomon.
Are we going to get in trouble for not mentioning fuck, I'm forgetting his name. The Judgment in Paris guy, JBV, help me out. That guy passed away.
Oh, that he passed away?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we'll get in trouble. And I was just reading about it. Spurrier, right?
Yes, Steven Spurrier.
Yeah. If we want to throw a shout out to him, we can. But
that guy gets around, wins national championships in football, and then
is a legend in the wine world.
Right?
Am I getting it? Am I confusing the wine guy with the football guy? Or
no, I mean, they're different people, but
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one's a clone of the other.
Yeah, no difference.
The wine Steven Spurrier is a little bit older than the football Steven Spurrier.
Probably not.
That's true.
Who's Spurrier? On I should know this.
He coached the Gators.
Nah, but like he's in the NFL, right? Isn't he?
He went to the Washington football team for.
That's
a while,
right. That fuck face.
Yeah. He was the one that flushed the handle and it's just been slowly spiraling.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I remember that fuck face.
Are we opening them now?
Yeah, why not? You know,
Which one should I do first? The one that's played out, or the one I never tried?
I'm just gonna have all of mine open. I think
At the same time.
at the same time.
You know what I'll do? I'll pour the my Guinness Drart once we're on the air, so everyone can see my cool steez. Never had Guinness on the show before.
Right? Never.
wait a minute. I'm trying to do
and then what's this one?
A shamrock in the top of my glass.
I wonder what this one is. What could this one be?
Oh, is that
the Antwerpen?
It's green. The label's green.
Oh, it's a nitro IPA. That's just wrong.
You know what, JVB? What annoys me is like how often somebody will die. Well, people die all the time. That annoys me too. But like somebody will die and like multiple outlets will just throw out random ages. It's like you can figure this out. You can totally figure this out.
All right.
And they all just copy each other. So one person gets it wrong and then everybody just posts the exact same bullshit.
I saw that, Laura. Thank you for ordering.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming up on that season 2 where the news will be playing stories about the creatures that come out in the springtime, and they post pictures of animals that don't exist in that area of the country. And then people are like, well, I got bit by one of those things, but like, what? It doesn't look like the one they had on the news.
Look at these different beers.
They are very different. That's awesome.
Oh wow, look at you having different beers. I thought all dry Irish stouts tasted exactly the same.
I don't like German stuff.
They're talking about blue pills and red pills. All right. Anything else? I think you got me some show notes there, an intro.
Yeah. Does it make sense to do the read through? See what you think. I'll pull a Ron Burgundy.
I'm not talking about Secrets of the Ooze. That's Eccles.
Oh, it's Eccles?
Yeah.
We'll change that then.
And you want me to say St. Patty's Day? You want to get off on the wrong? All right. Yeah. At least you did the Knuckleheads callback. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. And then we got those. All right. You guys ready?
The Lurch Knees Monster.
All right. Right. Let's see if we can get it right in one take this week. Here we go.
At the sound of the tone, the official "We Like Drinking" time will be 5 o'clock. Commence consumption.
This week on episode 320 of the We Like Drinking podcast, we'll be discussing the big launch from Sierra Nevada. Eccles is talking about the secret of the ooze. And we're drinking dry Irish stouts for St. Patty's Day, you knuckleheads. So crack open that beer, uncork that wine, and let's get drinking!
Speechless. I'm speechless.
I feel like I should be drinking green wine.
I was about to say something funny, and then I look at you know if you're not watching live every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, as you ought to do every Tuesday at welikedrinking.com/show, you're missing the ultimate visual joke. We drop out for a second while Jeff does the intros. We come back, and he looks like a leprechaun made a baby with the fat lady at the opera. Like, that's insane.
That's about
Where'd
how
you
good
get
that fits. I stole this from my son.
Oh my God.
As you can
Your
tell,
son's my hero.
by how well it fits. But yes, at the end of the show.
I didn't know there were Viking popes with green hair.
Well, yeah, in Fortnite, that's one of the skins you can buy. Right?
My ends are a little split too, or something. Something's going on. Stuff's falling apart. All right. So cheers, my podcast drinking friends, and welcome to Happy Hour 320 of your favorite award-winning topical beer and wine education podcast focusing on fun. And make sure you never miss another episode of our brand of drinking fun by visiting welikedrinking.com/subscribe.
Subscribe.
Jim says Irish opera singers. Yes, that's what I'm going for. So we've got, we don't got a lot to do tonight. So get ready. But we'll find out who we be drinking with tonight. And let's wait on what we're drinking. We'll get to that in a bit. So we're joined by our usual panel members. We have our California Sustainable Wine Growing Ambassador and recovering wine blogger, Jeff Solomon.
Hey, shalom, everybody.
Our commercial brewer and snake wrangler, John Ruyak.
Hello.
And I am your host and certified specialist of wine, Jeff Eccles. Now this week, it's one of our favorite weeks every month, the week where we get to drink something specific. And anymore, it's half voted on by the Patreons, half not. We're sorry, Patreons. But this episode, we're recording this episode on the 9th, March 9th. So it will release on the 12th. So in fact, this is our St. Patrick's Day episode. So obviously, we're drinking dry Irish stouts again. We kind of like them. So,
I mean, you get to drink one of the best beers on the planet for this show. What is the problem?
Not a thing. And whenever we do drink dry Irish stouts, there's really one thing that we're all going to have in our glasses, and that is going to be some form of a Guinness Irish
in a finish?
stout. Guinness in a finish and a pinch. So we've all got the Guinness. They may be different kinds. So let's start at 1:00 and go with John Ruyak. John, what are you drinking?
I picked up a bottle of the ubiquitous Guinness Draft. And it's got the bullet widget. Or they don't even do the bullet widget in it anymore. I think they just charge you with whatever. There's not a bullet widget in there anymore. I don't know how they do it. It's magic.
I've got the Guinness Draft Stout as well in the can, and it does have the bullet.
And then for backup, I've got an extra stout.
Oh, extra stout.
Yeah, I too have the Guinness Drouch Stout in a can, and I'll be pouring that live on air in just a second because content is king, especially on a audio only podcast. People are going to love the visual for this. Also, I do have O'Hara's Irish Stout as well. For later on. I was gonna drink this first because I never had it before, but I want to pour a Guinness so everybody can make fun of me in the chat every Tuesday, as you ought to do at 7:30 Pacific and welikedrinking.com/show. The O'Hara's is 4.3%, so I know it's hecka dry.
And then for my second, I am going with the American. I'm going with what they are now calling America's Stout. They even got a shamrock on here. This is the Left Hand Brewing Milk Stout Nitro. So 2 nitros I'm going with. I'm excited about that.
Nothing goes better with like corned beef and cabbage than like milk.
Corned beef and cabbage. Fun fact. That is an American tradition, not a Irish tradition for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, another thing that Americans do better. Eating corned beef and cabbage. What the fuck's wrong with you? Sorry. Rubens for days.
Yeah,
Whoop,
but
whoop.
just real quick, I mean, there's some other stouts in the Guinness lineup that are pretty good, and I really wanted to get a foreign extra stout, which is a little bit higher in alcohol. They didn't have that. They also didn't have the Guinness Antwerpen, which is 8%, and it's a lot sweeter. And the 200th anniversary, I don't know if you can find it too often anymore, but that one's really a lot drier and roastier than the traditional Guinness that we're used to drinking. So, but they're all fine beers. They're all excellently made.
They are. Now, I think, let us know in the chat. I think they probably have, there's like 75 messages in here already. You chatters, you guys are awesome. I know JVB's got a Guinness. I wonder if everybody else, what all y'all are drinking. If you've already said it, I apologize. I missed it because it was going by so fast, but let us know what you're drinking. So shall we try the Guinness?
Yeah, it's hard for anybody to pay attention when we've got the Irish QAnon shaman on the show. Jesus Christ.
And the mirror.
I'm just waiting for rainbows and pots of gold to start shooting out of those horns on his hat.
What if it's just a fucking Zoom filter and it's actually physically not even there? Hey, right? I'm going to pour this Guinness live on air. The Guinness Drouch Stout. Here we go. So let me open the can.
You know,
woo! Laura's going with the Nebbiolo.
I mean, it's dark, it's dry, it's roasty, but it somehow disappears from the glass very quickly.
So quick. There is that little oh, look at that. Holy cow. It looks like milk chocolate.
Look at the cascade.
Nothing goes better on that. Nothing goes better with soda bread and mustard than milk.
JVB he's got his masked landing gunner's daughter's milk stout. That's a good one. That sounds like a lot. Oh, Rhett is going with the Tactical Turtleneck Stout from another beer company in New Westminster, BC, Canada.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I bring this up every year. Do you remember when you were younger, like thinking this yourself or like hearing other people say it? It was almost like the Berenstain Bears type of thing where everyone thought it was Berenstein, but it's Berenstain Bears. Like, how many people in your life have been like, oh yeah, I can't drink Guinness. It's too strong. Like, it's so weird because it's absolutely not, right? It's like 5%.
Yeah.
If that. Like, it's not even like,
it's actually
heavy.
Low calorie.
Yeah. And it's like nice and clean. Like it's so weird, our impressions. Then again, I remember like being at a party with this one guy, like somebody pulls out some Heineken. He's like, yo, man, this Heineken is off the hook. That's what I'm talking about. This is some craft beer.
There's 126 calories in this bottle of Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
That's like nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to compare. I mean, most calculations, like our double IPA at Lizard Tail clocks in at like 225 calories for a pint. Now, this isn't a pint. This is 11 point whatever ounces that they put in these things.
Mine's a pint.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's a pint.
No.
Well, 14.9
ounces.
Because they got to make room for the widget. But this right here, this is a snack pack. This is a Weight Watchers snack pack. That's what this is. This is called portion control.
You know, and it's got that coffee note to it, but you know, some coffee stouts or some of those stouts, the coffee like punches you in the face like a good stiff black cup of coffee in the morning. But this is just an undertone of that nutty coffee kind of note. It's wonderful.
What a lot of people forget is that they put a little bit of soured beer in Guinness. There's a little bit of lactoed beer mixed in, and I think it's like like 3 or 5% of the total volume is a soured beer to give it that snap on the back end. And part of that's because it's not an overly carbonated beer, or in this case, not carbonated at all. It's just nitro. So you need a little bit of that sharpness to help with the other darker flavors.
And I also need to say this for like the man bun and beard brigade. Like, it is so fun to drink a Guinness when you are rocking a mustache. Like, it is just next level, like just this visceral, like, you know, it's like a Got Milk commercial every time you take a sip. It's wonderful.
Yeah, except for everybody on this panel, because there's so much gray in our beard that it really doesn't show up as anything.
Yeah, it doesn't show up.
Eccles once, I don't know if it was on air or off air, Eccles once accused me of dyeing my beard. How dare you, sir? Every time my beard starts to get long, I go, I'm just waiting for Eccles to try to like claim I'm on.
Yeah, wipe some of the shoe polish out of there.
Wouldn't that be great? I pull this away and there's this big like black lipstick rim.
That would not be great. It really wouldn't. But Jim. All right.
What's wrong with these HD cameras? Thanks a lot, patrons. Now you can see the grays in my beard.
Ryan Hannigan show up. He's asking if we're drinking dry Irish stouts. We are, Ryan.
Yes.
We're on the Guinness right now.
Happy St. Patty's Day, you knuckleheads.
Jim is.
Oh my God, he's on fire.
I mean, we've been asking Jim to come out to Colorado for a while. He might just go to California now just to go punch you in the face for saying St. Patty's Day.
He's gonna stab me in the heart with a hockey stick. But like, here's the thing, and so for folks who maybe aren't like, if you think you're like an OG We Like drinker, in the chat right now, let us know who the original fourth panel member is. Well, you know his name's Jim, but if you put the last name in, you win a sticker from Jeff Eccles, and I'll send you I'll gift you an NBA Top Shot moment. How about that?
I thought you were going to send him a bunch of like empty Guinness draft cans so they could take them to the recycling and maybe make a nickel.
But you know, this takes me back to, I'll call it season 0.1 of We Like Drinking, when we did a St. Patrick's Day episode, and our buddy Jim, he goes on this long rant about how you're not supposed to be a knucklehead on St. Patrick's Day. But I gotta say, and like, you know, Jim is very much like Mr. like freedom. He's like, you know, get out of my business. But it's like, then don't tell me what the fuck to do. If I want to be a knucklehead, I'm going to be a knucklehead. And I'm sorry, St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to be a knucklehead and I'm going to have a great time. I'm Team Knucklehead this year.
Hashtag
what else am I
Team Knucklehead.
Do? This will be the second St. Patrick's Day in quarantine, baby. Knucklehead season.
We talked Brad into it. He is going with an Imperial Stout from Hop Butcher, and Ryan from Focus on the Bill, whatever. He's downing a smoothie seltzer right now because that's the future.
I just think I burped.
Oh, he also adds hashtag sarcasm. All right. You guys into your second one, or you guys got to
I'm
finish
almost
your first one?
I'm almost
Are you serious? The show just started. What are you talking about?
All right.
This isn't a competition, guy. This isn't 4th of July.
All right. Yeah, like we said, we don't have much of a plan for tonight, so just be ready for it. But
okay, all right. Looks like Ryan gets a NBA Top Shot from me. Congratulations, you now get a I'll pick something shitty for you.
Speaking of shitty, it's time for
wine, beer, spirit, or pop culture reference. This is where I am going to give the crew a term, and they need to tell me, and you need to tell me inside of your own brain, listening at your home right now. Send to me telepathically your answer to this term. Is it a wine term, a beer term, a spirit term, or some sort of pop culture reference? The term this week is Carlo. Is Carlo a wine, beer, spirit, or pop culture reference? Jeff Eccles.
It's Carlo.
Carlo.
Carlo, could you spell that for us?
Carlow.
Carlo. There's so much. So I got to say, like 10 minutes ago, Brad saw my hat and said, "Pop culture, no doubt." So, and judging, it's Solomon. He's had a tough day. It's our St. Patrick's Day episode. There's no way he put any effort into coming up with this term before he got in front of his microphone. So it's something in his room right now. So it could be something on his can. There could be something on his can. Maybe it's carbo, but the top half of the B got scratched off. So he's calling it Carlo. But I am going to say that Carlo is the manufacturer of the towel that is thrown over Jeff Solomon's shoulder right now. It's a pop culture reference.
Wow. This thing's so old, I don't even think it has a tag. If I wanted to read it, I don't think I could.
Damn it, I'm already wrong.
What are they saying in the chat here? Pop culture.
Rhett says it's a pop cherry reference.
Cheech and Chong skit. Okay. John Ruyak, Carlo.
Well, that's pretty close. A Cheech and Chong skit. At first, I thought it was Carlo with no W, and then of course it was Carlo Rossi, and that would be a wine term, right? But I don't think anybody here has had a Carlo Rossi wine in the last 3 decades. And then I was thinking Carlo could be a pop culture reference because Carlo would be the car that J-Lo rode around in the hood. And now I'm thinking, Carlo is... It's got to be some sort of pop culture reference that has something to do with NBA NFTs.
The All-Star weekend that just happened. So there's definitely something there. We've got multiple people. JVB, who is very, very, very good at this game. And Laura are both saying that it's a location in Ireland.
Well, but what would that make it? I guess JVB says it's pop culture.
Yeah, I think it's a location. Yeah,
that's interesting. I do want to backtrack just a little bit. J-Lo grew up in the Bronx. Obviously, you didn't listen to the lyrics of Jenny from the Block. So she didn't have a car. She rode the subway, is what I'm trying to say. Motherfuckers. Carlo is a location in Ireland. It's a location in Ireland where Carlo Brewing Company exists, and the Carlo Brewing Company are the makers of this fine O'Hara's Irish Stout. May the luck of the Irish shine upon y'all. Carlo! Don't be fooled by the Carlo that I got. It is in a bottle. No matter where I go, you know where I came from. The Bronx.
I had it. I was so close. I even picked up the can.
Yeah, but it's a bottle, and that's what threw you off, man.
Yeah. So I guess it could also be a beer term. Or did you say a pop culture? I don't even know what you said.
I said a beer term. Why would I? I said it was the Carlo Brewing Company.
I thought you may have said pop culture. All right.
It's a wine term.
My hat's a little tight.
It does seem to be cutting off the circulation to my brain.
I don't know how you sleep at nights. That thing's so loud.
This is my nightcap. I mean, this is how I go to
nightcap.
bed.
Yeah. You want to come over for a nightcap? This is not what I envisioned at all.
A wink's as good as a nudge, if you know what I mean.
So between the left hand America's Stout and the Guinness Stout, very similar noses. Very similar.
The left hand's got to be a lot sweeter.
And ABV wise, where's the left hand at?
6%.
Okay.
Oh man, you know what? The left hand is very good, but it's not Guinness. There's the lactose comes through a little bit more, so it's quite a bit heavier than the Guinness. And so the finish, it's weird because both of them have a very long finish, but the lactose really takes over in the finish on the left hand stout, whereas the Guinness finish is just clean and it's that roasty kind of coffee kind of flavor that carries through. So
it's like liquid chocolate covered espresso bean.
Yes.
You know what's interesting? So earlier, I actually did pick up another stout. I wanted like an American dry stout. The closest I could get to something like that was the Deschutes Obsidian Stout, which is like 6.6%. But yeah, it's like, even though it's drier than what they would normally make, there's that tackiness that goes along with it. And it's different. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Good job on that, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job on the beers, everybody. Let's get into the meat of the show. This should be fun. Booze news. We discuss interesting, noteworthy. We really just need to take that part out because we've really gotten far, far, far away from interesting and noteworthy. It's just all stupid stuff.
Interesting. They're just not newsworthy.
That's true.
Or noteworthy.
All right.
Or worthy.
Yes.
How dare you?
How dare I?
Not interesting, not noteworthy. All right. I guess I won't talk to anybody about the greatest event ever that is happening this very week live on YouTube, 11 a.m. Pacific, which also means 12 noon Mountain Time, which as well means 1 p.m. Central. I'm not sure what it is Eastern. If you're in Hawaii, you're fucked. I don't know. But live on YouTube this Thursday, March 11th.
So pause for a second. If you're listening to the show on the podcast, you missed it.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Streamed 24 hours ago is what it's going to say on YouTube when you look for this. It's just not the same. You think you're chatting live. Not the same. But this Thursday, for the audio only, sorry you missed it. I'm not going to give away what happens. This Thursday, Sierra Nevada is releasing, I guess John Ruyak said he got a sneak preview of this. They're releasing their triple IPA, Big Little Thing. It's in their Thing series, right? Like you've had the hazy little thing before. John, you like that beer? It's good, the Big Little Thing?
Yeah, I've had it. We've had it here in New Mexico for a couple of weeks.
Well, look at you.
So it must have been a soft open, I don't know. It's smooth. It's really smooth.
It's that time of year where folks are releasing their triples. Like I feel like Russian River, they kind of kick off triple season, and then they just kind of keep pouring in. I know, Lagunitas times their Waldo's special ale for $4.20, bro. But yeah, we're like kind of in that neck of the woods right now. But Sierra Nevada launching Big Little Thing triple IPA by literally launching a keg of Big Little Thing IPA from a trebuchet in an attempt to break the Guinness. See, there is a St. Patrick's Day thing to break the Guinness World Record for the longest item, 20 kilograms or more, tossed in a trebuchet. If it goes further than 253 feet, they will have broken the record. However, they anticipate that they are going to launch this motherfucker in excess of 300 feet. That is one football field from end zone to end zone. You're going to watch, right?
Totally.
You're going to watch, John, right?
Oh, for sure.
John, I have to ask, because you just seem like the type of guy who's probably built a catapult before.
I've built a lot of things. I've never built a catapult, but I've watched a lot of pumpkin chunking on the
I was
History
going to
Channel.
say, you either that or you're a guy who watches a lot of pumpkin chunking marathons.
Well, here's the thing. Here in New Mexico, just over the Sandia Mountains in the over south of Moriarty, it is the largest growing area for Mexican pumpkins, which is what pumpkin pies are made from. And
those are the good ones, right?
Yeah, the small ones are about this big, and they freeze them solid, and they have pumpkin chunking contests out there. It's been a couple of years since they've done one out there, but it does happen not too far from here.
My biggest question.
They've never launched a keg, and it's going to be interesting because the way trebuchets work is you're basically have this huge weight and it drops, and you've got a sling attached to a pivot that just like. Just the physics of lifting something that weighs 168 pounds and chunking it or chucking it for any distance is kind of cool.
It's like they've got some videos of them testing it, and it is seriously impressive.
Question. Is this a full keg of Big Little Thing, or is this an empty keg? How much does an empty keg weigh? Does an empty keg over 20 kilograms?
No, an empty keg weighs about 33 pounds.
Okay. So it must be
full. Weighs 161, 164, depending on the beer.
And so correct me if I'm wrong, John. Into a keg, the beer is flat, so we don't have to worry so much about pressure. Or no, it's carbonated.
It's carbonated. It's just when the keg is completely full, that carbonation doesn't have anywhere to go to create any additional pressure. So when you fill a keg completely, you can roll it down a hill and tap it, and nothing would really happen so much.
Question. If I was standing in the target area with a sword and it lands on my sword, is it then gonna release all this carbonation and fly an additional however many feet?
First it would have to hit the moment. The moment of impact would have to be absolutely perfectly perpendicular to the point of the sword, or else, you'd be squished.
At which point it would kill you.
So. At which point it would kill you. So No, it's like the fallacy of shooting a bullet into a full propane can. It doesn't explode. It doesn't. Movies have it all freaking wrong.
It's like the fallacy. This is for all my California friends. Everybody. I taught Parker early on, and I will teach Bennett and Weston as well, because everybody who grew up in California had a moment when an elementary school teacher told you that it was against the law to pick a California golden poppy because it's the state flower. Well, guess what, motherfucker? There's no law against picking golden poppies. There's a law against picking plants off of somebody else's property, but fucking pick away, dude. Pick away.
There's a gazillion California golden poppies.
Anyway, it's a fucking weed, man.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we previewed the thing, and everybody's seen like those drawbridges where there's this like block of concrete that's the size of a city block. That's the counterweight for the drawbridge. They just let it go and it lowers and the bridge goes up. Well, that's what that trebuchet looks like. It looks like one of those blocks off of a drawbridge.
Yeah.
Question.
What
if the integrity of the cable holding the sling, holding the keg is off? Like just one of the wires is just a little bit frayed. Would there be any danger in being anywhere close to the trebuchet?
If you were to the side, no, it would just snap right off and just fall, and that thing would go up and flip around. I mean, no, if you were standing to the sides, I wouldn't stand directly behind it.
Question. Is it unsafe to climb on top of the counterweight, and just before they release it, you say it in an ominous voice, going down?
I'd like to see Steven Tyler do that.
Any more questions to your own story, Jeff Sullivan?
Question. Okay. Are they gonna tap the keg afterwards? And if they break the record, are they gonna spray it everywhere like champagne?
I don't believe the keg is filled with liquid.
What's it filled with?
It's got to be filled with something.
Something
that makes it weigh at least 20 kilograms.
Yeah, I don't have the information in front of me, but I remember reading this earlier this week, and I think maybe it's filled with sand, maybe it's filled with something. But I guess if it was filled with liquid, it really wouldn't change anything in how it flies, because the liquid will all be centrifugally forced to the back of it. But I think that would it slow it down a little bit because of that transfer of liquid as it was launched.
If it's like John's saying, if it's filled all the way to the top, it's
but then it would be way too heavy, right? I mean, they want to be as
molecules to one side, but it wouldn't.
But they want to fill it with something to make it uniform. The cross sectional weight is even throughout the entire length and diameter of the projectile, or else you will cause an imbalance and it could whip off into another direction. It'd be like throwing a screwball or a wiffle ball.
If it travels like a knuckleball, I think that says a lot to whether or not Sierra Nevada knows what they're doing when it comes to brewing properly.
I think they're probably filling it with like meat. I think that's probably
Lady Gaga's meat suit.
Yeah. Maybe Jeff Solid. Maybe they fill it with liquid and then helium, so it's lighter, just to throw you off on a tangent.
That's not
at all how it works.
I think if we're talking about meat-filled beer kegs, we should move on to the next story.
Let's do that. Okay. Speaking of meat-filled kegs, okay. Goose Island Beer Company. You guys are big fans of Goose Island, right? They may be owned by AB, but they make some fantastic beer.
I don't drink going back to County Stouts too often, but some of their Belgian style stuff is pretty good.
Some of their barrel aged stuff.
One of our very early guests was working the barrel program for Goose Island.
That's right. So now it's coming up on Easter.
Yeah.
They are. You guys have had. What are your thoughts on the Cadbury cream egg?
You know,
I wish it didn't exist.
Wish it didn't exist. Okay, Jeff.
here's what I'll say. If you're a really little kid, the Cadbury cream egg is scary. Like sitting in Santa Claus' lap type of thing. You're like, what the fuck is this thing? And then you get to an age, this time frame, where you can appreciate it for really what it is. But I have to say this in all sincerity. If you are over 12 years old and you look forward to the Cadbury cream egg, you need to reevaluate your whole situation.
Wow.
Your life is fucked. Like, if that's something that you get excited about, when you see that vintage commercial with the Cadbury bunny going, and you get a fucking Cadbury boner, there's something wrong with you.
You start looking for some potatoes.
You start looking for potatoes. I tried a Cadbury cream egg probably within like the last 5 years, and I was disgusted.
Right.
They are so gross. Congratulations, you have the palate of a 10-year-old if you like Cadbury cream eggs. This is not the show for you.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff. Jeff.
By what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
I am looking for, is Cadbury owned by like Hershey's or something like that? I'm looking for whatever conglomerate, fucking M&M Mars, to come out with a statement and say, yeah, you know, we've decided that material inside of this foil wrapper is offensive to anybody over 12 years old, so we're just pulling it off the shelves. Like that, cancel the Cadbury cream egg is what I'm saying. Fucking let Fox News have a field day with it. I think that's only fair. Just fucking get rid of that shit.
In 5 words or less, Jeff Solomon.
Tucker Carlson, and now they're trying to get rid of Cadbury cream eggs.
In 5 words or less, Jeff Solomon. Because I'm curious, what are your thoughts on Peeps then?
Peeps? Never eaten a fucking peep in my life.
That's over 5 words, so stop talking.
Stupid.
Okay. Well, then
it's yummy in my tummy.
Then you guys are going to be.
I bet you look forward to eating cake on your birthday.
You guys are going to be hella excited about the fact that Goose Island Beer Company has teamed up with Cadbury to create a Cadbury cream egg flavored stout.
That's too far. Put me on the next train to Chicago.
Hold on. Wait. It's the Golden Goo Beerly Cream Stout. And it's sold out within minutes of its online launch in the UK.
Is this one of those things where Solomon's alter ego somewhere in Canterbury, which is pretty close to Cadbury, tried to buy some and he put it in his cart, and when he went to check out, his cart was empty?
But does it come when you hold the bottle to your lips? Do you get like a little plastic green blade of grass that sticks there and just fucking like annoys you for the rest of the day?
Hold on. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit just because it fits right now. Goose Island suggests getting yourself a Cadbury cream egg and biting the top off, and then licking the goo out, and then using the remaining chocolate egg as a beer mug for your.
You know, it's crazy.
Like it's at what point somebody said, how can we fit goo into our marketing strategy, that nobody raised their hand and said, that's no.
You know, there's folks out there that like quiver when like people use the word moist.
Yes.
I think that has become my moist now. Is like the Cadbury goo. Like that is so gross. I do have to say, similar train of thought is how the Venturi wine aerator was invented. Like somebody just fucking split open a Cadbury egg. They're like, yeah, bro, you pour your wine through this and fucking aeration, man. Tastes better. Then stick a penny in it, bro.
But to the Cadbury cream egg fans out there, don't worry. No actual Cadbury cream eggs were harmed or used in the production of this brew. The head brewer used cacao nibs and vanilla beans along with lactose to try to recreate the flavor, wait for it, and texture of the candy.
Oh my God. So is there going to be a little yellow dot floating for the yolk inside your beer glass?
You're drinking it and you feel like these like weird chunder chunks like going down your mouth. Fucking, and that like weird like gritty like feeling like gritty like goo sugar like on your teeth. And like behind like your back molar, and you have to use your pinky to fucking scoop that shit out.
It's just something hanging in there, and it's just wiggling back and forth after you drink a beer.
Yeah, you know how we got that texture, man? Is like we got a bunch of new mothers to donate forgotten bottles of formula from 2-week-old diaper bags. That's how you get that chunkiness. That's fucking so gross. Oh man, I like how you're like, if you're a listener of this show, nobody who listens to this show likes that bullshit. Nobody.
Yeah, the chat
if
is
you're a patron and you like that, I'm giving you your money back.
The chat is the chat does not seem to be on board with the Cadbury cream egg beer. And
Good.
Thank you to Val Caruso for pointing that story out to me initially. She pointed that out. Thought we'd be big fans. Okay, here's my question for you guys. Honestly, if somebody gave you
knew me, Val.
No, I think she brought it up hoping you'd go on a big sugar rant. Would you try it?
I think I'd have to respectfully hand it back and say no.
Like I'd try it. I don't
want wiggly things sticking in between my teeth when I drink a beer.
Only when like Gallagher makes his comeback tour and he lines up a bunch of Cadbury cream eggs and he gets these bottles of Goose Island and he just fucking smashes cream egg after cream egg all over the audience that for some reason is like really stoked to get like covered in ooze. And then he smashes the bottle on himself and then stabs himself in the heart. That's the only reason why I would invest anything into this product, is to just see Gallagher take his own life.
Why am I laughing at that? That's terrible.
That's wrong. Ladies and gentlemen,
how in the hell did you get from would you try a Cadbury cream egg beer to Gallagher stabbing himself in the heart?
Well, it's really like disgusting. It's a disgusting product. I want to be the boss. I would, if organization, somebody pitches that, and I want to actually use my trapdoor button just for. I've been waiting so long. Fucking dust that shit.
Now's the time. Yeah,
you get excited. Like it's so bad.
I would totally try it, but only in a Cadbury cream egg shell. That's because that's probably about all of it I really want to taste. Okay, I think we've talked enough about that.
Hey, send me some Top Shot moments. I'll try. Jeff is rad on NBA Top Shot.
Moving from apparently the worst possible thing to the best possible thing. we've talked about it a lot over the past few months, but we have this fantastic partnership with Lori over at Dracaena Wine, where you can get her fantastic Cabernet Franc shipped right to your door. Get 5% off the total price by using WLD at checkout. You'll get the award-winning 92-point rated Cabernet Franc that everybody who has tasted it loves. You get 5% off. We get 5% of the sale. And dude, you guys, listeners, viewers are freaking amazing. We are rolling in cash from you all going out and buying this wine, and we love every single one of you for it. Yes. Lori's getting the sale. We get the cash. You get great freaking wine in your face hole. WeLikeDrinking.com/wine. Buy some wine. WLD at checkout. Boom.
Yeah. And I will say, Rhett in the chat just stole my thunder. Cadbury Franc. I think all of our money is going into investing in next Easter. I'm just saying, nobody's making any promises, but next Easter, maybe, just maybe, Cadbury Franc.
Cadbury Franc. There we go. There we go.
He worked very hard to develop the texture.
Yeah. Yeah. Only if it's bottled by the light of which moon?
Of a blue blood
supermoon.
Gallagher's
super wolf Gallagher.
Yellow and white Cadbury goo blood moon.
Laura has some coming. Kristen got hers, I think. Are the people I've seen it, you guys. Oh, and you can pre-order the rosé and it will ship April 1st. Okay, here's the thing. Lori is a stand-up human being. If she says she's shipping you something good on April 1st, you can trust her. If anyone on this podcast tells you they're shipping something good to you on April 1st, it's a lie. It's going to be a prank. That's just how it's going to be. Okay.
And no, Dracaena Wines does not make Cadbury Franc. Eat Cadbury cream eggs at your own risk. Dracaena Wines, WLD at checkout.
I'm going to miss that grainy mouthfeel.
All right. I'm excited for this. It's been a while since we got to our newest thing, which is, you guys can't hear it. So, some kind of sound will go in here. And, you know what really mashes Solomon's pulp?
What does? What was I going to yell about? I'm not even looking at the notes.
The garbage disposal does not work like horseshoes and hand grenades.
Look, motherfucker. Okay, look. Here's the thing. There's a certain couple of people in my life that have access to our kitchen sink. It's divided into two sides. And on the left side, there's a beautiful 500 horsepower incinerator garbage disposal. It is amazing. It's amaze balls, dare I say. The greatest garbage disposal ever. And there are multiple people in this very house that have this thing where they put things in the sink near the garbage disposal, but they don't put it in the garbage disposal, let alone, I don't know, fucking run it. A garbage disposal is there for you to put stuff in and then turn on the water and hit the button. You do not get points for being like, I used the garbage disposal for putting shit in the sink next to the garbage disposal, so somebody else has to sift that shit in and dispose of garbage for you. Look, if you don't know how to run a garbage disposal, ask. I'll teach you. I won't make fun of you for not knowing how to push a button and run some water. But it starts with putting things in the thing that you want to work.
However, Jeff Solomon,
Yes.
you are telling people the completely wrong way to run a garbage disposal.
You put shit. Look, you run the water. You turn on the garbage disposal. You put shit in, and it goes. You know how it doesn't work? By lining it around where the opening to the garbage disposal is, as if it's like Luke Skywalker and a Han Solo trying to escape a Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, but you said you put stuff in, and then you said you turn it on, and that's just disaster. That's just disaster.
Whatever. If you'd have done it that way, I would have been okay. I would have corrected you later. But just fucking here. I left this little piece of chicken on the rim of the garbage disposal. What? So I could see? You wanted me to see that you didn't do your fucking job? Just put it in the garbage disposal. Yes, John.
Should I be showing Parker YouTube videos of blend tech and seeing if it'll blend? Will it blend?
Will it blend?
Like rake handles?
No.
And
I am certain Parker would love that.
I know everybody listening is begging me for the hit the button, so it's
last call.
Last call. Time to clean house.
Last call.
Time to clean
Look,
house.
I'm sorry. I was on fire when I wrote that 2 weeks ago, and you caught me off guard. I apologize.
Time to break out your phones and give us a hand.
What busts my nards?
John Ruyak. If the folks want to follow us on social media platforms, where can they do so?
You can follow us a couple of places, I suppose. You can try us at Twitter. We like drinking 1, numeral 1. Instagram, we like drinking, and the tavern. If you're new to this show, if this episode, we'll let you know. Go to welikedrinking.com/tavern. Send us an invite request, and we'll say yes, unless we run your background check, and then maybe we won't. But most of the times we still say yes.
Joseph has joined us in the chat, and he is lighting things up. He's talking about Green Beer Day. He gets the blend tech joke, so Joseph is all about it. Jeff Solomon, if the folks have, I don't know where you want to go with this, thoughts on the show, garbage disposal techniques, Cadbury cream eggs, Peeps, where should they go to let us know?
We didn't even talk about Peeps. Whether you unwrap them and let them get hard.
I gave him 5 words, and he gave me 10.
Hot take for Joseph. Green beer is bullshit. Hey, come at me, bro. Come at me in the Apple Podcast reviews. Give me 5 stars and tell me why I'm wrong. You know I'm right. Here's something that mashes my pulp. I heard somebody getting all excited. They're like, I hope really nice craft brewery that shall not be named. I hope that brewery makes some more green beer again this year. If you're a craft brewery and you do a special green brew, get the fuck out of the business, dude. Just don't. Just don't. Green beer is bullshit. Just like Eccles' Zoom hat. That's so weird. You know, those are Russian bots that now have access to like all your personal information, Eccles.
Yeah, I know. It's all right in the Shamrock. If you didn't get from what Jeff Solomon just said, please go leave a review of our show on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, and then you got mad at everything.
It helps the algorithm.
And visit, if you've done all that and you've ordered some Dracaena wines and you're looking to do more, consider becoming a patron of the show like so many of our viewers and so many of you are out there. We are so close. We are so close to reaching $200 a month. It's less than $10 at this point. So if we just got 5 people listening to go give us $2 a show, we'd hit $200, which means it really means nothing, but it would make us extremely happy and let us build towards more. We can get everybody hats next year.
Yeah, give us your hard-earned money, and we'll waste it on fucking
Green
weird,
Viking
like
hats.
cult hats.
You can also find the show and visit welikedrinking.com/pledge to find out more. You can also find the show notes for this episode, all the links to the stories or mentions we had at welikedrinking.com/episodes. I literally can't look at the chat anymore. And oh my God, I'm almost done with the second beer.
So close.
So close.
That's a deal. JVB says he'll pay you not to buy any more of this hats.
Sign up, Jim. It's all on you now. Otherwise, hats are going to everybody.
WeLikeDrinking.com/pledge.
/hats.
I love the new. I love the new. I love the new rotation we got going. Couple times a month. It's just us. It feels good. But we've reached the time of the show where I get to say, okay, now let's take one last trip around this table and get some final thoughts before we shut off the lights. John Ruyak.
You know, this is weird. I don't have any off the wall thoughts just popping into my brain. But, you know, I did have one of those you take your car to the mechanic moments today where, you know, you take it in and it doesn't, you think it doesn't work. And then you take it into the mechanic and it does work. Well,
right.
Well, today I had the opposite of that happen. And we had some guy, a boiler operator, come out and show us how to work the boiler at the new brewery. And we're doing good. And I've got water heating up in the big kettle. I got 500 gallons of water heating up. And then the owner of the brewery says, "Hey, did the boiler guy stop by?" I said, "Yeah, he was here for about 3 hours," which is probably going to cost him about $750, right? So he comes in and, you know, I say, "Watch." And I turn it on and it doesn't fucking work. He's like, "You took notes." I'm like, "Yeah, these are my notes." You know, I show him all my notes and yeah, press the button, hit the reset, you know, try it 15, 20 times. Didn't work, you know. So yeah, new brewery stuff. It'll be fun. Press
Jeff Solomon.
You know, it'll all be worth it when you do your first batch of green beer next St. Patrick's Day, when we're still all on lockdown. Fuck. I love this show, guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
And with that, I'll say thanks again for joining us at the We Like Drinking podcast, where you'll never drink alone. Good show, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, that was all right.
It was all right.
It was very good. Everybody, come on. Obviously, I always have fun on this show.
I don't want to ever talk about Cadbury cream.
Yeah, can we? Yeah. Hey, man, that's rock solid.
Let's throw that in the trash heap along with fingering potatoes.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying up with us, JVB. I know it's late out there. Good seeing you, brother. Good seeing everybody. A lot of fun having you guys. You guys take the show into a whole nother level of chaos, and we love it every single week. And suddenly it's an after party.
Yeah. Hey, Joseph Appleton. Thank you for jumping into the chat.
Awesome seeing you guys.
Bye, Laura. Always good to see you.
Let us know how you like the wine, Laura. Good to hear it. And we'll
Lori,
see.
Good to see you.
What do we
hey,
got
Lori, real talk. And I don't know if you can say this on YouTube. Are you on the West Coast or the East Coast right now?
I think she's Perma West Coast for the most
Perma West? Oh, you're Dunsky, huh?
Not technically. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Distance learning.
Next week.
I'm actually in Hawaii right now. Nobody knows.
Next week, listeners, if you are joining the show, we will have Peter Veleno from Castello di Amarosa on the show. So they sent us some fucking killer wines for next week.
Now we got to figure out how to get through the wax.
Truth.
That's always
Hashtag
fun.
truth. All right. Talk to you all next week.
Bye, everybody.